What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I'm going to be continuing my journey to 100% here at Overpower level 8 with this Sniper Zer0. In the previous video, I completed the second headhunter pack, and now we're going to be headed on to the third one, which is going to start here in Marcus's Mercenary shop. I accidentally popped over here a little bit earlier when I was thinking about farming for Iridium, before realizing that I hadn't started this quest yet in this playthrough. So we're going to go ahead and start it there. Definitely prudent to buy ammo, not that we'll be facing anything especially dangerous here at the start, but, you know, better safe than sorry. We'll be fighting a variety of different snowmen and humanoid enemies, as well as some yetis, which are basically reskinned bullymongs. And we'll eventually get to the boss, who won't be that tough. I think the toughest part of the DLC will actually be the little Hyperion robot presents that come after the first snowman kill. But we'll see how it goes. Usually some like little snow yetis here that I can scoot over to. It makes me go a little bit faster, I guess. And then there's some ones that actually jump down over here. Probably prudent to kill these things, so just going to go ahead and knock them out. Alright, there's some bigger ones up here. Neat. Okay, so now I think we can move forward. We don't need to kill all of those per se. Plus, if we leave them there, maybe we can come back and kill them later.
Customers ain't repeat customers. Check out the town furnace, see if something's wrong with it.
Alright. Marcus, ever worried about his money flow, has asked us to go check on why these people ain't buying guns. It's because they're frozen.
Then the idiots of Pandora adopted it as a day of charity and giving and just vomited in my mouth.
Alright.
Looks like it's out of coal.
Moving forward here, these snowmen will eventually get ready to attack us after they're instructed by Sir Tender Snowflake here. Get Frosty's a funny line. It's also the name of this quest that we're currently doing, so good stuff.
Must have frozen the town and ambushed my train full of guns. Get to the tracks and check out the train, would you?
Alright, this will eventually start to melt down here, and that'll be golden. Alright, and there'll be some humanoid enemies up here, so I don't want to waste all of my critical ascension by killing this guy too early. Perfect.
So they could just give them to each other as presents. Whatever. If they're so nice, how come they're frozen?
I think that's Marcus's funniest line from the DLC. If they're so smart, why are they frozen? Or whatever, you know, whatever he says, and then he says checkmate. I've always thought those, you know, nonsensical checkmate sayings or arguments have always been really funny. I think some of the earliest ones were checkmate atheist or checkmate Christian in some capacity that, you know, really didn't prove anything for anybody. It's just like, you know, Exhibit A, this is really stupid, therefore checkmate, you know, group X or whatever. I've always thought that's kind of funny. Marcus does something here, though, that is the opposite of funny, which is blaming someone else for being fat. It's a common trait or action among the fat people, but, you know, you really only have yourself to blame. No one likes to be accountable for their own actions. I think it's a strange affliction that we suffer from as a society. Alright, let's go ahead and get a slag grenade out there just in case we get in some trouble. Looks like we are mostly out of trouble at this point, so that's good. I'm going to start working my way up the hill here. If I can quit hitting things while I have my follow-through boost, that would be even better. Just trying to preserve my critical ascension a little bit as we head up here. Didn't want it to waste entirely, just because there is an interesting little firefight coming up. Alright. So we released the Yeti monster, which is good. He didn't get to drag the train very far, which I think is a good thing. Go ahead and kill the Yeti, I guess. Damn it. Alright. Been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. I'm really liking that game. Very, very fun. Recommend it if you haven't tried it. I'm probably not going to try out Battleborn. It's one of those deals where, you know, they're not exactly the same thing, but, you know, they're close enough that I'm only going to play one of them. There's an interesting divide coming between games that include, you know, PvE elements and games that are strictly, you know, PvP. Games that include elements of both PvP and PvE, I think, are becoming less common to an extent, which is weird because it used to be a deal where people acted like if they didn't get both single-player and multiplayer experiences out of one game that they were getting ripped off or whatever. But as a result of that, people were usually getting a less than stellar single-player experience and a less than stellar multiplayer experience. And now there are still modern games that do the combination very well. I've heard from a lot of people that Battleborn does it well. I haven't personally tried it, so I don't really know. One game that I have personally tried in some capacity that I know does it fairly well is the Dark Souls series, where they have, you know, cool PvP and PvE elements in the game. And, you know, they managed to do it well. And there are some games that are still going to manage to do it well going forward. But I do think games like Battleborn, or games like Overwatch, will become sort of the trend where games that are designed strictly for PvP are no longer going to need PvE elements or single-player elements in the future. And there are a number of games that already did that and everything, but for the most part, they were free to play. I don't know. And, you know, I don't want to hate on all the people who happen to like the campaign modes in Battlefield or Call of Duty games or, you know, something along that vein. But it does seem, you know, a lot of times that those are just modes tacked on to the multiplayer in a game like, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops or whatever iteration they're on now. It always seemed that the single-player elements were secondary to the core of the game, the most important part of the game, which to the majority of their player base was indeed the PvP elements. I think we'll see more strictly PvP games at the full $40 to $60 AAA price tag that games have come to command, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, you know, theoretically, if everyone else quit playing Overwatch tomorrow, Overwatch would be useless to me. But I don't see that happening. And, you know, that's the weird thing about that. I guess, you know, you could buy Black Ops 1 today and still get as much enjoyment out of the single-player campaign as anyone ever did. But the multiplayer for you in that Black Ops 1 game is going to be a lesser experience, considering, you know, the majority of the players would have moved on to future iterations of the game. So that's a weird thing. But games like Overwatch that have a strong company behind them, that have, you know, a planned future model as far as, you know, free DLC releases for more characters, more maps, etc. I don't know. It's a strange deal to commit, and there are people I know who have bought, you know, $100 worth of the loot boxes and everything. And oh, I love Blizzard. I play Hearthstone daily. I played WoW for 10 years. Those type of people, they're just addicted to Blizzard. They trust Blizzard. They trust Blizzard to take care of this game for the foreseeable future. And Blizzard's one of those companies where when they release a game, the next version of it's not coming out next year. It's not as if when StarCraft 2 came out, StarCraft 3 was already planned. StarCraft 3 was already being worked on. It will be interesting to see games in the future have a more planned life cycle than, oh, we're going to release this and then immediately start on the next game. And, like when Witcher 3 came out, they're like, yeah, we're going to have X amount of free DLC, and then we're going to have, like, a big-ass DLC that you're going to pay for, but it's going to be way later, and it's going to come out after we've evaluated how The Witcher 3 works up until this point, etc., etc. It will definitely be interesting as games, move to the future business models that they're going to have and everything else. It seems that optional customization money is something that's very profitable and very powerful for a lot of gaming companies to utilize. They do toe a very thin line in that case, though, between where, items could potentially become pay to win in a certain, aspect of the game or something. And that, that really irritates a lot of people, and understandably so. I don't think games should be pay to win necessarily, or ever. But I have no problem with, oh, you can spend $5 to get more skins for this character or whatever. Things that don't affect gameplay in ways other than aesthetics. So we're talking to Small Timmy here, and then we're going to go kill this big snowman this way. We'll even put on some boss hunting gear like the Chaotic Evil and a bee shield just because.
Track down the giant snowman and kill him. It'll be a mercenary day if to Gingerton.
I'm interested to see, exactly what happens with Battleborn going forward. I would love for them to do well. It's just, I don't expect me to play it. It's a game that I feel that is best played with, people on mics and everything else in your team chat, Discord, whatever you want to use, TeamSpeak. I don't know. My particular group of friends that I play with, we were all leaning towards Overwatch, and that's what we picked. Overwatch is a damn good time. My favorite characters to play: Reinhardt, Widowmaker, Soldier 76, probably top 3 if I was to pick a support that I liked playing often. I enjoy both Lucio and Mercy. I really only enjoy Mercy, though, when I'm playing with my particular group of friends, and, they can guarantee me some safe passage and everything. Like Lucio, you can kind of get by and do your own shit with, even if your teammates, are a bunch of asshats. And I do play solo sometimes, just go into a queue and get matched up with 11 strangers, 5 of which are on my team, and 6 are going to be the adversaries, obviously. But, much more preferable to play with people and are in conversation with, I guess. Alright, kill that dude. I like Genji as well, actually, and Junkrat's pretty fun. So, it's a very fun game. Definitely recommend Overwatch. Definitely do not plan to upload any Overwatch footage to this channel at this point in time. It's just not something that I feel anyone would really want to watch me play or anything, so not going to do that. Going to continue on with the Borderlands 2 for now. I haven't been doing a great job with the frequency of uploads recently, but I had a lot going on. But hopefully, after this weekend's over and everything, we can get back to a more regular upload schedule, which I'm looking forward to. Miss playing this game. Good to take a little break from it, though. Probably hadn't booted it in like 2 weeks. Maybe more. I think more. So we got the head there. Obviously, I've already gotten that head before. We can look and see if any of this gear is going to be beneficial for us. Theoretically, we could get a better slag transfusion grenade, a better stockpile relic. We just have to look through the things. So that's a proficiency relic and a protection relic. So those aren't what we're looking for. And over here we have a resistance and an elemental. So really not what we're looking for there. And we didn't get a good grenade either. This is, though, a very good place to farm. You can definitely stock up on some money that way. So we're going to open all of these presents. And as we do this, I'll probably want to switch back over to my normal gear, so that we can kill them a little bit easier and safer. But I'll also throw on some corrosive gear as we go through this. Delivering the first package.
Success.
The kind-hearted folks at the Hyperion Corporation gave us these presents. Perhaps as an
Timmy,
apology for
obviously
all
very,
those
very,
nasty
very
things
naive.
Jack did.
Mission success.
Really gives you hope, doesn't it? Hyperion nearly ended the world, but now they're trying to make good on their
Oh,
mistakes
Timmy's
and
naivety
discoveries.
here, or naivety. How do you pronounce that? Naivety? Naivety? I think that's right. The degree to which he is naive is very, very high. You know,
I wonder what's inside.
here are these people who hate us. Let's bring them into our country. It'll be wonderful. Oh, wait. They killed 49 people and injured 100 more. Grand. Oh, let's make sure we keep importing them, though. Don't hurt their feelings, whatever you do. Fucking stupid. Alright, definitely don't slag those enemies till they hit the ground. Yeah.
Could you destroy those presents, Vault Hunter?
So there weren't any jet loaders in that little group. I probably would have preferred to get one of the jet loaders out per group. Otherwise, I think we're going to double up on jet loaders on one of these packages. So that's not any good.
Egypt is full of vent slabs, and Hyperion was never fond of
The jet loaders are potentially, you know, super dangerous. Their bombs do damage. They fly away. They're hard to hit, etc. Alright, so we'll let all of these land. And then we'll go after this one first. And then we'll get rid of these two over here. So far, it's been fairly easy. But I imagine we're going to double up on jet loaders on both of these next present boxes, so that'll be worrying. We'll see how it goes.
times we would have had.
Alright. Naivety. I think it's naivety. Alright. Well, I killed one of the jet loaders before it took off. Now we need to kill this other one, and it's going to be a big pain in the ass. Fly around this tree for a minute. Land. Alright. One more to get here.
Just realized you're the Vault Hunter who killed Handsome Jack.
It ain't gonna be no one else.
Today,
I don't know another person who could do it for me. I'm the only person who killed Jack. Of course it was me. Dang it. 2 jet loaders in the air. That is truly unfortunate. Land, you sorry sack of shit. Uh-oh, getting a phone call. Slash maybe an email. So I don't differentiate the ringtones. Alright, let me find that button. There we go. Alright, we're gonna kill this last thing too, as soon as we find it. Then we'll kill the snowman one more time. Seriously, where's this little guy? You down this way? You down fighting these guys? This is why we left those guys alive. Where'd you go, you little jet loader? he went up there. You die, sucker. Target is not engaged. Target is thoroughly displeased and unengaged in combat right now. If you offered a post-fight, customer survey, I would give you a 0 out of 10. You would be hearing from your manager. Customer was definitely not engaged. Let's talk to this little dude, and then we'll go kill the snowman once more.
Huzzah! This has truly been the best mercenary day ever.
He has extremely low expectations for Mercenary Day. But then again, when you don't work for things yourself, your expectations really don't account or mean shit. Your expectations only are valid if you've taken the steps to ensure that you can achieve your goals. Otherwise, you're just being a lazy fuck. Alright. We'll go down here, summon this snowman, kill the shit out of him, and that will be pretty much the end of this episode. This little bitch wants to pretend that he didn't help me realize I still had a corrosive weapon on, but he would be lying. He did his kin a severe disservice, and he should feel bad for it. Fire happens to be a little bit better against the snowman than corrosive. It's weird how these things work. I'll make some videos on potential changes I would like to see or, would be on my wish list for Borderlands 3. I know some other people did that already, but, now that Borderlands 3 is actually announced and everything, give my opinions on the matter, perhaps. I think the element system could use, potentially some reworking. I don't think it's totally broken or anything as it stands now, but I think it could become more interesting, for certain. Hey, quit punching me, you fucking little things. Alright, I'm gonna go pull this dude's hat off. Oh, he all melt into a puddle and shit. Wonderful. Got mad iridiums. Prodigy and a back burner, huh? Interesting. Okay, here was a protection relic, a decent purple absorb shield, and a purple convergence. Alright, moving forward. The train will be coming around the corner again, so we can go ahead and open it, and that should be wonderful. Did that train just come out of nowhere? I would assume that it does, but I don't know that for certain. Maybe it not, maybe it, I don't know. I've never had another character over there to watch it. Yeah, we'll see. Better slag grenade, better stockpile relic. We'll need them for the last 2 DLCs. Not really. Alright, so resistance relic, stockpile relic, but obviously no sniper ammo on that bad boy. Tenacity, protection, bandit grenade, throwing stick, slag, don't care. Alright, we can definitely pick up the Torg, though. We can definitely pick up this B shield, take a look at it. And we'll be selling the Torg rocket launcher in case you were wondering why I picked it up. Looks like the class mods we got are not for 0, so I won't be bothering with those at this point in time. Got a little Torg pistol there, could be worth some money. Same with this Malawan one, it's worth a little bit more, but I am full on gear at this point. Let's take a look at this B shield, shall we? So this is the B we already had, and if we compare it, we can see that it has a slightly higher amp damage than the other one. I mean, it's minuscule, but we'll keep this one around to sell, I guess. I don't know why I still have that crappy blockade, considering that one is just better than it. No, I don't know. They're different. I don't know. Back to the antagonist for now. We'll worry about the gear later. As always, guys, I do thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. In the next episode, we will be taking on the next headhunter pack, which is my favorite headhunter pack. That is the Valentine's Day one. So, one more time, guys, thanks for watching, and I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.